As we told you earlier, President Biden announced today that he will release 15 million barrels of oil from the nation's Strategic Petroleum Reserve. It's an effort to lower gas prices.
Patrick DeHaan is the head analyst at Gas Buddy. He's joining us now to talk about today's announcement. Hello to you.
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay, nice to have you. All right, so the president said releasing 15 million barrels. What do you think something like this will mean for gas prices?
Well, probably not a whole lot. Now, having said that, gas prices have been going down. This SPR announcement was really part of the president's announcement earlier this year when he said he was going to release 180 million barrels. This 15 is the last of the 180 million barrels. But much of what we've been seeing in Chicago hasn't really had to do so much with the SPR lately. But of course, some refinery issues that we had back in mid-September, BP's refinery having a fire, and then BP's refinery in Toledo also having a fire. But we've seen a lot of improvement there, and gas prices are going down as those refineries, or at least the BP refinery in Indiana, has returned to service. So gas prices have started to come down in Chicago, and that should be continue to be the case. But again, having to do with the refinery improvement, not necessarily the SPR announcement.
But I mean, you hear this 15 million barrel number, and you would think it would in some way have an impact on gas prices. But you're saying not so much, not at all.
Not so much. It's not a surprise announcement. That is, it was expected as of the announcement made earlier this year. The president kind of re-announcing it, if you will, the last 15 million barrels of the 180 million barrels. And keep in mind, OPEC just a couple of weeks ago decided to cut oil production or quotas by 2 million barrels a day. So if anything, this last 15 million barrels may offset OPEC's announcement of cutting oil production. Now, keep in mind, again, the Great Lakes, the beneficiaries of an improvement in refinery situations. That's the predominant ingredient pushing prices down in Chicago. And by the way, we still have some ways to go. Expect prices to continue falling across Chicagoland for the next few weeks.
What you're saying the Biden administration is doing, it reminds me of a previous Chicago mayor who we used to joke would cut the ribbon 3 or 4 times at a new project in the city. What's the long-term outlook for the winter season? Because that is a time when we traditionally see gas prices decline, right?
Well, exactly right. And there's an election ahead of us, midterms, but it doesn't really matter. Midterms, presidential, Chicago mayor. Gas prices tend to go down in the fall and winter. And so the prognosis is looking fairly good that as long as we avoid refinery issues, I think that the Chicago average could fall under the $4 a gallon mark here, maybe by Thanksgiving or into the late part of the year. And we should hold under those $4 tallies for much of the winter before prices then start their annual seasonal run-up in the spring.
All right, so you're thinking the $3 mark. Did I hear that correctly?
You did.
Yeah,
we'll say somewhere in the mid to upper $3 range, of course, always a little bit higher downtown.
All right. Thank you so much, Patrick DeHaan. We appreciate your insight.